Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Home Field Locks podcast. Nice weekend coming up. UFC is finally back, so we have a nice episode coming your way. Let's start with how we did last week. Gavin had a great week. He won 10-2 record, not so bad.
I think that's my first win.
Yeah. So looking into them further. I didn't put the green and red on them yet, but you had NC State, ballsy win in OT. St. John's won. Miami, another thriller of a win. TCU, then Arkansas cooked Vandy.
Dude, I've been on this Vandy hate train for a little while now. So
Vandy might be done.
I've been hate. My hate watch was successful.
Missouri lost on that last second layup.
I feel like we shit on Georgia way too much.
Yeah, that's an impressive win, at least in my eyes.
Georgia's pretty good, won't lie. And then SMU.
Dude, Wade started to come back and then just got fucking throttled.
Yeah. FAU, that was pretty easy. Creighton, I think Creighton won on a walk-off.
Yeah, a lot of those. Kentucky might be back.
Yeah, VTech, I think we were all on VTech. They were 4-point dogs.
And Grand Canyon with a very good call at the end. Great call.
Bad call.
Yeah, I can't fade the Lopes at home, man.
You just can't fade Mountain West teams at home. I mean, it's kind of nuts. True. Except Utah State for some reason. What's going on with that? I don't know.
Utah State has fallen off. I'm very sad. Ever since I said they're not losing a game, they've just lost the last two.
Oh, they lost the last two. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it, nonetheless. Starting off Saturday, we have Nova going into Stores to take on UConn. I feel like we're going to be on the same side.
I think all of us would safely say we're on UConn.
Yeah.
There's a big gap between the rest of the Big East and UConn. Maybe not as big a gap with St. John's, but UConn's kind of head and shoulders above the rest, and you don't beat them at home. It's really tough. I do like Villanova. I mean, Villanova's okay. Like, they're not great. They're okay. But you're not going to beat UConn at home.
I think we have a big debate on how good UConn really is. Like, I'm not huge on this Husky squad. Like,
I am big on
UConn. I really do like them, for being honest. Just because, when you come March, you got, you're gonna have veteran players. You got the best
Terrace Reed, Caravan. Yeah,
you got the best coach in college basketball. He's gonna take them far.
His brother's about to get fired. Bobby Hurley. He's about to get fired.
So people are saying Duke should try to get him and then pick up Jop, their center, which would be an awesome pickup. But we're on UConn here. Dan Hurley keeps it going. And then Georgia and Texas. Texas is on a downhill skid right now. That tough loss in Rupp. What was that, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone wants to kick this one off.
I can kick it off. I think I was a little bit wrong about the Georgia team. They looked, like, winning on the road in Missouri's not an easy thing to do. However, I'm actually still going to back Texas here. They're on a little bit of a skid. I'm looking for them to just kind of get one back. And playing 2 games back on the road in 4 days. They were at Missouri. Now they're going to go to Texas. I think it's just tough to win 2 games on the road. Nothing against Georgia. But I think Texas will just get the better of them because they need to kind of get back on track. And they were playing good and kind of just had a little bit of a downslide. But Jordan Pope, baby.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree here with Texas. Just what Gavin's saying, going back to back on the road, it's tough. And honestly, I don't think that Texas has been playing like ever since that Vandy win. 2-game loss, but they're not bad. I don't think they're bad losses. I think Texas A&M is a way better team than what they're given credit for. And beating Kentucky at Kentucky, that's just like that's very hard to do with that atmosphere. So I'm going to take Texas here to pick up another win at home.
Yeah, I'm going Georgia on the road here. They didn't even shoot the ball well, like Blue Kane, Wilkinson stuff. They didn't even have their best game. They still found a way to get it done at Missouri. I like their defense a lot right now. Like they've held their last 3 wins, they've held them to 76 or less points. So Texas, I think they're fading a bit after that 2 huge game stretch. I think they're coming down to earth, or rather just more of what they actually are. So, I'm going with Georgia on the road. Fade them too many times, and they burnt me. And UNC is going into Charlottesville, take on Virginia in what seems like a must-win spot for the Heels. Um, I'm gonna go first just because 'cause I'm gonna take UNC here. I
Wow.
mean, they need a win, I think, and I feel like they're kinda due for that, like, every year they win a game by double digits that people thought they might not win or might be, like, a losing spot, and I feel like this is it. I mean, I don't think Virginia has, like, the point guard that's really gonna kill UNC that other teams have had in the past, like Nate Calmise and Boopy and stuff. I leaning on DeRidder, I feel like plays into UNC's hands because I feel like Wilson and Visar will do a good job in combating that. It's just if they can keep Chance Mallory from really getting hot, then that would be the main factor. But I think UNC does match up well against Virginia, and they really need this win. So
Uh, yeah, I think I'm going to go a little opposite here. I'm going to go with Virginia at home. They've been on an absolute heater as of recently, and I'll just keep it short and simple. I don't see it ending here, especially with UNC's struggles. I can't really see Virginia losing this game at home. So go with Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be on Carolina too. Feels like it's just one of those must-win games for Carolina. Um, I almost like can't believe, but like almost hope they lose. I'm tired of Hubert Davis being my coach. He's terrible. Um, Luka Bogavac's has got to be better. If they're gonna win this game, he just has to be better. You can't shoot 2 for 9. He shot 2 for 9 against Notre Dame. I think it was like 2 for 6 from three or 1 for 6 from three. That just he's got to be better. He was supposed to be a big X factor for us, and he hasn't been. Virginia's been hot. I feel like this is a kind of the most perfect letdown spot, and like Danny said, Carolina needs this win. They picked one up against Notre Dame, which was nice, like little momentum boost. So clearly they weren't looking ahead. Um, but yeah, Carolina's got to win this one in a bad way. So I'll be on the Tar Heels.
staying in the ACC, we have Miami and Q's both off of 2-game skids. Miami just lost a really tough game that you really can't lose against Florida State at home, rivalry or not. That's just a tough spot. And Syracuse lost at Boston College, but the Virginia Tech loss wouldn't have been as bad. It would have been a very losable game if they just got it done against Boston College. Oh man. I'll go home team Syracuse here. I mean, I'm kind of judging based off of Virginia Tech. I think they played a lot better in that game, and Miami just does not look good in the past two, really. Miami they're a solid team on paper, but I don't think they're that good in general, and especially you like a first-time head coach. So I think Syracuse is going to be able to turn it around, and Miami will kind of sink into the mid-tier ACC.
Yeah. I'm going to be on the away team here. I'm going to be on Miami. I just think Syracuse, I feel like that their wins really depend on if Donnie Freeman is on or, if he's playing well, they're going to win. If he's not, they're probably going to lose the game. Miami, I just think they have too many talented. I think they have just more talented players, too many talented players to, go on a 3-game losing streak here. I can't see them losing 3 in a row, especially not against a pretty bad Syracuse team. I don't think they're that good. So I'll take Miami here.
Yeah, that's a good shout on Donnie Freeman. He's just a bucket, man. He's so good. But with that being said, I'll also be on the U. I feel like they're kind of due for an offensive explosion after being held to 59 and 63. Their last 2 games, I feel like they're just going to come out and just score, just flat out score. And Syracuse just isn't a good basketball team. I don't like them. Outside of Donnie Freeman, they don't really impress me. They had that nice little stretch where they were losing close games to good teams, but I don't particularly care. Trey Donaldson, he's gonna be the reason Miami wins. He's got to get back on track. He's had 2 bad games in a row and they lost both. Um, so if he starts getting back on track and scoring around his average of 16, I think Miami will be just fine.
Then Illinois without Kyle Boswell is going into Purdue's coming off of a loss on the West Coast at UCLA.
Yeah. I'll start this one off. I'm pretty easily going with Purdue here. That honestly, they should not have lost that UCLA game. That was really bad. 2 back-to-back bad possessions by Purdue, and it was just a bad mistake by Braden Smith. 2 turnovers. They went on a 9-0 run in the last couple. I think it was 30 or 45 seconds. They had a 7-point lead, and they did blow it. It sucks, but big bounce back win here at home, and especially like Danny said, no Boswell for Illinois is really going to hurt them. So give me Purdue here.
Yeah, I'm with Logan here. I'm going to be on Purdue as well. Big time bounce back spot. They're going to probably take their anger out on Illinois. Braden Smith probably going to have an awesome game too after his 2 mistakes late down the stretch. I don't see that happening again later in the year. Get it out of the way now. And Kylan Boswell, he's a veteran, and he's the kind of guy you need going into on the road in a tough environment like Purdue. And without him, I really don't see a way they get it done. So I'm going to Boilermakers.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with the more experienced team in one of the best arenas here, but I don't think Trey Kaufman-Wren has been as good as we were hoping he would be this year. I feel like his head's a little out of it.
Mhm.
Like against UCLA, he was efficient, but he wasn't special. I think he had 10-7, but Braden Smith at home coming off of a loss. And I mean, you're out west at USC and then at UCLA. That's the tough part about these conference expansions. Someone good is always going to get picked off when they have to go out to the other coast. So I will go Purdue at home here. And then Virginia Tech is going into Louisville, maybe with Michael Brown. I'm not sure.
Not sure. I can start this one off. I do like this Virginia Tech team. Kind of similar to what I was saying about Georgia. Going on the road twice going on the road twice is hard enough. Winning both of them twice on the road is also tough. Going from Syracuse to Louisville, not a crazy drive, just being out of your home arena. I think it's going to catch up to Virginia Tech. I do like what this team's made up of. But Louisville kind of showed they've kind of been on a little downtrend, trending downward, and they absolutely obliterated Pitt. I mean, it wasn't even close. Kind of looking for something similar again here to beat Virginia Tech. I think it'll be a much closer game, but I'm confidently backing Louisville here.
Yeah, I'm also going to be on Louisville. They, like Gavin said, they were on a downward trend, and then they got a really just huge dominant win against Pitt. I know Pitt's not the greatest team, but it's a big confidence booster, and that's going to be really nice for Louisville, especially coming back home. And I think the vibes are going to be up, and they're even without Brown, I think they still win this game if he's not playing. So I'll still back Louisville here.
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech keeps it close for a half, but Louisville definitely takes this game. Virginia Tech, they just haven't been able to close out games against the top teams in the ACC, and I don't think anything changes here. I'm interested to see what the spread's going to be because I think Virginia Tech will keep it close, maybe within 5, but I think Louisville takes the game ultimately. And then Florida is hosting Auburn. I will be on Florida here. They are fully back as a national championship contender, at least in my opinion. We said it the whole time, they have to figure out their backcourt, and it seems like that's coming along, which the emergence of Xavier and Lee being efficient, and then just going along with that front court with Chinyulu, Halk, and Condon. I like this Florida team. They're going to be a really big threat when it's all said and done. So I'm going Florida at home.
Yeah. Best team in the SEC is going to do the best do just that. They are going to roll through Auburn. I think Auburn's been unimpressive through this year. Um, the Nepo baby getting hired is kind of, seems like it's costing them a little bit. But yeah, Florida's been rolling. They're the best team in the SEC, and they're going to continue that with a win against Auburn.
Yeah, this is pretty easy. Give me Florida here. They're definitely going upwards, and they've looked way better. They look like the Florida team, that from
won us
last year.
money.
Yeah, they definitely do. Auburn, this kind of just feels like a lost season for them at this point. They just look pretty. They look terrible. Not maybe not terrible. They just don't look good. They don't look like Auburn. So pretty easily give me Florida here.
And then Vandy is looking to right the ships going to the hump. Mississippi State. Josh Hubbard.
Dude, Josh Hubbard needs to leave Mississippi State.
Man,
Mississippi State's kind of had Vanderbilt's number, but even though I was kind of, I'm a hate watch guy, I don't know, dude, actually. Someone else want to get I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see
I'll go.
Vandy.
I was going to say, Danny,
I don't see Vandy's streak continuing. Like, Mississippi State has looked pretty uncompetitive in their last few games. Like, I think Vandy is like off the wagon, but they're not that bad of a team. Where
all right, then I guess I'll back Vandy too. I just feel like this is kind of like the perfect time for Mississippi State to just like steal one stupidly. But yeah, I'll probably be on Vanderbilt too. Had Mississippi State beat Ole Miss, I actually probably would have been on Mississippi State. But yeah, I don't think Vanderbilt loses 4 in a row.
Yeah, I'm also on Vanderbilt. They're not losing 4 in a row, especially not to Mississippi State. Their only offense is Josh Hubbard, and like even though he could drop 40 and they'd still lose by 20. So give me Vanderbilt here.
And then, just off of first instinct, this has to be the game of the weekend, right?
Yeah. This game's awesome.
Yeah, Houston already beat Texas Tech once this year, but now they're going into Lubbock and seeing if they can sweep the series. I am so interested in this game because I know me and Gavin at least think Houston's the best team in the nation right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
that makes 3
for all of us. Get it at plus 1100 national championship while you can. I know I just took it last night.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it is in Texas Tech, who is also rolling right now.
We're gonna say they're the best team in the country, and then go. Yeah, I'm going.
I'm going Texas Tech, to be honest.
Different environment.
I'm gonna get Texas Tech.
Yeah,
they hung with them the whole time and almost beat them in Houston.
Yeah,
like,
it was a heavyweight battle.
Far.
I mean, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be with Texas Tech too. It's honestly just because it's gonna be a home game. That place is probably gonna be jumping 2 o'clock on a Saturday. That place will be rocking. Texas Tech's kind of been rolling. Oh well, it'll be 1 o'clock there, but whatever. 2 o'clock.
Yeah, well, the game's at 6:30.
Huh?
Yeah. The game's at 6:30 p.m.
Oh, it says 2 p.m. for me. I don't know why. All right, well, 6:30. Either way,
6:30.
Place is going to be jumping. I don't know why mine says 2 o'clock, but place is going to be jumping. Texas Tech's awesome. This game could really go either way. Like if Houston pulls it out, I'm not going to be surprised whatsoever. But I think Texas Tech's 4 points better at home. Even like they just lost by 4. I think they're 4 points better at home. So give me the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Texas Tech here, just off, they're at home. I think they do get a revenge here. I think they get the nice revenge spot at home against Houston, tie the series up 1-1, maybe, I don't know. All they need to do is shoot a little bit better. They win that first game. So, and they've been rolling as of lately, picking up some nice wins. They beat BYU, and then they just, they got like a 20-point win over Baylor as well, which is like, Baylor's not a bad team, especially at Baylor. So, maybe Texas Tech here at home.
Then going out to the Mountain West, we have Nevada going into the pit to take on New Mexico.
I can start this one off. Yeah, listen, you got to learn eventually. You can't fade Mountain West teams at home. the pit. I mean, I think Danny and I have said it 1,000 times. Mountain West have some of the best home stadiums, between Grand Canyon, Utah State, New Mexico. And I like this New Mexico team, and the pit is going to be jumping for this game, big time Mountain West game. So yeah, I'll be on the Lobos here. I do like Nevada. I don't think they're a bad team, but I can't pick a Mountain West team on the road. Just can't.
Yeah. I'll also be on New Mexico here. I've been very. I mean, I feel like every game that goes by, I think I just get more impressed with them with this New Mexico team. Also, just Nevada. I'm just they're usually a pretty solid program, but I think they've burned me a couple times this year. And yeah, like Gavin said, I'm not fading Mountain West team at home. So give me New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm going New Mexico at home as well. And to be honest, Nevada has not looked very impressive to me, at least. Like their last 3 wins have been against the 3 bottom Mountain West teams, and they've lost to Utah State and San Diego State. So I feel like the 3 out of 4 win streak is kind of not, I don't want to say fraudulent because they have been hanging them with them, but not as telling as usually would be. And you get burnt with the trying to pick an away team in this conference. It kind of gets hard to keep doing so. Then Tennessee is going in Tuscaloosa to take on Bama.
Yeah, real quick before we get into this, Danny, Dylan Mingo had a crystal ball to Baylor.
It got taken down.
Yeah, you see it got removed?
Yeah, it got removed today. So it's either UNC or – I mean, taking a crystal ball down to go to Penn State would be crazy.
But all right, anyway.
Yeah. But Tennessee's going into Bama.
Think we'll probably all be on the same page here
I'm
with
going
Bama.
Bama.
Everybody
Bama.
Don't love this Tennessee team.
Dumpster fire.
Kind of been saying it. Rick
Bama
Barnes is just an old man. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
You can't lose that game against Kentucky.
Nope, they had it.
You really can't.
They blew it.
But Tennessee has had Bama's number, but there's just I'm going to regret saying this, but there's just no way they're going to be able to score with them. I can't.
Is Bediaki or however he says it? What's his name?
Bediako?
Yeah, is he playing?
I actually don't know.
He can't be.
But yeah, I think we're all in Bama. Bama's awesome. And oh my gosh, Wisconsin is absolutely destroying Penn State.
Everyone does.
It's 42-17.
I think it was literally 17-15 Penn State.
Wow.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm on Bama. Tennessee is not that good, and Bama's at home. They're not going on the road, so they're gonna have the home court with them and set the tempo. I don't think Tennessee's offense can hang. And then Monday night, I'm really hoping this game is played, to be honest. I know the Monday games are in jeopardy due to the snow, but
even down there, I might be stupid. I didn't realize it snowed in North Carolina.
I'm pretty sure it's like
I had no idea.
East Coast.
I think I'm just an idiot.
Let me check someone can start. I'll check the weather.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably on the same page here with being on Duke. At Duke. No, you're on it. You're on Louisville?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm on Duke.
Okay. I was gonna say,
at the end of the day, it's Duke. Yes, I'm taking Duke, but Louisville, and I know Duke's been defending the 3 better, but I feel like Louisville does have the firepower to beat Duke. Will they on the road? Probably not, but I guess I'll be on Duke. We haven't really seen Cameron Boozer have a bad game. I'd kind of be interested to see what it would look like.
Oh yeah, it's gonna snow.
Duke losing by 40 probably.
Nah, but realistically, if Cameron Boozer doesn't score,
that's not true. Isaiah Evans has been second team all ACC since the conference play started.
Fair enough, but I don't know. I think this game's gonna. I actually do think this game's probably gonna be closer than people expect.
It will be. It's gonna be.
I think it'll just be a great game. I like Louisville. I'm not out on them. I haven't been out on them. So.
I'd be
But
willing to bet my money that Michael Brown, this is the game he returns for, to be honest. But Duke, they didn't look good recently, but I think they really right the ship in the Cali trip. Like the second half against Cal, well, the last 15 minutes against Cal, they looked good, and then they came out at Stanford and just put belt to ass for 40 minutes. Like they totally dominated them.
Yeah.
And I mean, Louisville threw everything in the kitchen sink at them in Louisville in the first game, and Duke still found a way to get it done. Like I don't think if Ali Khalifa comes out and hits like 5 threes again, then like
What
what
the
do you
hell?
do?
Yeah.
We're probably still not gonna step out on it, but I think Duke kind of found their mojo back a little bit. And even by me, like I'm a big victim of this. I think I overplayed the close game a bit because if you look everywhere, just about everyone in the top 10, besides maybe like two teams, have been keeping it close with like everyone. The field is really wide open this year. Like I would say Arizona and Houston are on the top tier. And then after that, it really is open. And these teams like are hanging with their conference. So like last year, this team would kind of be in trouble, but this year, like it's not a bad thing
You know
necessarily,
a game
but
I whoa, I just glitched. But yeah, it really is wide open outside of those like top teams. Um,
mhm,
and I'd love to see Duke play Florida, how they're playing now, like this Florida team that we have.
yeah.
Because it was a close game last time. I'm not even shitting on Duke. It was a close game. I think that's when
Both
Florida.
teams weren't at what they are now in that
Yeah,
game either.
and I feel like Florida started that was the game that turned like Florida started to figure out what they were doing.
Yeah.
Um, and Duke started like went downhill, and then now they're soaring back up. So I'd love to see a Florida Duke game again. That game was
But
awesome.
to be honest, that game was so crazy because we beat them through the front court. We didn't even beat them like by the backcourt. It was Ngangba and Boozer really that like carried us for a
Which was
while.
crazy. Yeah.
It's like ass backwards,
It was like literally the exact opposite of what yeah.
but both teams have tough home games on Saturday, so it's kind of hard to predict like a hangover-ish spot. I know Duke has Wake, who they have usually struggle with, but Louisville has Virginia Tech, which isn't much easier. Probably it's harder actually. But yeah, I'm going Duke as well. And then finally, Monday is a great slate for it being a Monday. Like we have Arizona going in to BYU. Arizona is due for a loss. I will say that. I feel like if there ever was a time,
I
that
am
BYU propaganda needs to stop.
this
Arizona is going to smoke them.
yeah,
Arizona is
Arizona's
going
gonna
to
beat BYU.
yeah.
I've been a big BYU like fan, defender, kind of whatever you want to call it. But like I'm starting to it's only one game, but they haven't faced anybody. Like realistically, BYU has not played any competition.
They do. They lose.
The only game they played was Texas Tech, and they lost by double digits. And
UConn,
I yeah, and they lost, right?
and they lost
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
I mean that UConn game, they like they were down by a shit ton and stormed back, which was I think we were pissed about. Um, but yeah, I'm on Arizona here. They're monsters. BYU's home court's awesome, but they're nuts. They're actually crazy.
Yeah, this is like not hard for me at all. Give me Arizona here. They're just an absolute wagon. They're just going to keep rolling. They just came off. On paper it doesn't look great, or it doesn't look like a crazy good win, but they beat Cincinnati by 26 points. Cincinnati was on a pretty good roll. Like they only lost to Houston by 7. They beat
they were
Iowa
in that
State.
game for like 24 minutes as well.
Yeah, but yeah, they were. But Arizona, they pulled away with it, and they just didn't like take their foot off the gas. BYU, I don't see them winning this game here. Arizona is probably going to smoke them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if BYU did pull out the win, but I am going Arizona. Like BYU, I don't think they're as in the beginning of the year. I didn't think they were that good. Then they proved me wrong, but I'm kind of leaning back towards how good they are. Like DeBance's shooting 30% from three, which I know you don't totally need him to shoot the three, but he's your alpha, and he's honestly the big three takes so many shots combined. Debanza, Saunders, and Wright, they take like almost like 40 to 50 shots a game. So, but Arizona's legit, man. Like
They're scary good.
Pete and Burries, right? Yeah. I like that team a lot, and I'm happy for Jaden Bradley, to be honest. I've loved Jaden Bradley, especially being Caleb Love's shadow. To be honest, I feel like he didn't get as much love as he should have. He's a really good ball player, and he deserves
He
it.
can hoop, man.
Yeah. And now again to our 2 NFL games. The AFC Championship, we have Patriots taking on Stidham's Broncos. Is that how Stidham?
Yeah, Jarrett Stidham.
Stidham's Broncos. Patriots are 4.5-point favorites. Both of these teams suck.
I can start. I'm on the Broncos. I think the Broncos cover this game. I'm not worried about Jarrett Stidham. I think Bo Nix is kind of safely to say system quarterback, and I think Jarrett Stidham's going to do much of the same. Sean Payton has been talking about this guy. He's had him prepared like for this moment, and yeah, huh? I mean, I don't know if they can go out and win the Super Bowl,
arc.
but their defense is good enough. Like, even if Jarrett Stidham doesn't play great, their defense is good enough to keep them in this game all game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 4.5 points is kind of a perfect. You get a field goal, and you could also have like, if the Patriots score a touchdown and the Broncos kick a field goal, that's 4. So, yeah, I don't know why. I like the Broncos. I really do. I think this game's going to be like a grinded out. It's obviously going to be a grinded out game. Both defenses are solid, but yeah, even the Broncos plus 4.5.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything like that I absolutely love in this game. I might just stay off it, but I will say I think people are writing off Jarrett Stidham, like Gavin's saying. I mean, they plugged and played him. I believe it was like 3 years ago when he was on the Raiders against the 49ers, who were at the time the best defense. He threw for almost 400 yards in that game. So, I don't. No, he's not bad, and I don't think the Patriots are going to have a like really solid game plan for him. It's easy to game plan for Bo Nix because you've seen so much. Jarrett Stidham not so much. So they're definitely going to change up the play call here. But that being said, Patriots defense is just honestly, it's just too good. Look what they just did to CJ Stroud. I mean, look what they like. It's insane. And even the offense. I mean, they put up 28 against Houston, which is a very very good defense.
But to be fair, that 28 points is inflated because CJ Stroud like turned the ball over 6 times. Like,
yeah, because of the Patriots defense. It was just.
Some of them weren't the Patriots defense. Some of them were just CJ Stroud. Like,
I mean, they were swarming. Yeah, but they got him. They got him rattled. They were swarming him. I don't know. I think it all has to do with that. Like, yeah, you could say that, but dude, they were swarming them. They were
most of them were just CJ Stroud being absolutely retarded. Like, dude, he was like, yes, okay, like 2 of them, like, holy shit, what great plays, but like the other ones, like, I could not believe what I was watching. Like, CJ Stroud, like, what were you doing? Like, I don't get it. I also took a look. Not my official plays, but I was looking at team totals. I'm just like a little slut for team totals.
Oh my god,
I really am. But Broncos at 18.5, like, it's kind of ballsy if you take the over. I don't hate it. And I don't know. The 23.5 for the Patriots, I don't know about, but I don't know. Broncos 18.5 intrigues me. What do you got, Dan?
I was gonna say I'll just take a Mondre touchdown. That'll probably be mine.
So there's 3 things I was looking at, all related to the Patriots. I'm gonna choose one. I just don't know which one. I don't hate a Drake May pick at plus 104, I believe it is.
That's a hell of a bet. I can't lie.
Plus 105, because he has one in. I don't think Drake May. I think he's a little overrated. I just think the Patriots' offense isn't as great. Like, it's part of it due to them not having that like number 1 receiver. But Drake May's thrown a pick in both of the games so far, and I feel like a lot of the game against the Texans, it was due to their defense creating good field position because CJ Stroud is an absolute moron. But I don't hate a Drake May pick. And then looking at both rushing props for the where is it? Both rushing props for the Patriots. Ramondre 49.5. He's gone over both playoff games, and Henderson has gone under his 34.5 line both games. So I feel like both of those are something to look at. I might even consider throwing both of them in a parlay. But I will go Ramondre Stevenson over 49.5 yard. Which one? Should I fade Henderson or boost up Stevenson?
Oh. Oh, the choice of doom and despair.
No, Stevenson, I feel like, has been a little overhated. He's been their number one back, and I feel like he's been doing a pretty solid job at least.
Travion built for it.
I'll go Henderson under 34.5 yards. He hasn't really I don't think he's done much in playoffs, to be honest, and this offense is going to struggle in general. So I'll go Henderson under 34.5 yards. So when he breaks for a 50-yard touchdown, I'll be mad. And then the Rams going into Seattle in what's my Super Bowl championship personally, because I don't think either of the AFC teams are good.
Yes, Seahawks. I mean, Bryce, that was insane against the Niners. That was crazy. I mean, I feel like just from that opening kickoff return, you kind of knew the Seahawks were not losing that game, especially after that. That being said, Seahawks probably are not losing this game either. This defense just looks great right now. And the Rams, yes, they won that game, but it didn't look pretty. It looks like they've been struggling too as of lately. Back half of the season, they kind of fell off. Give me the Seahawks here. And, Kenneth Walker, he owns the Rams. He absolutely owns them. Give me a touchdown for him. And they've been pretty bad. Rams have been pretty bad against tight ends. I wouldn't be surprised if A.J. Barner got in here too. So I like those three right there.
Yeah. I think the Seahawks win this game. This is a mortal mega piss nuke on the Seahawks spread. I mean, the Rams just haven't been playing well. I mean, like against Carolina, who kind of wrote off. Everybody was writing them off because it was Carolina. To play them that close, I don't know. And then the Bears, I hate the Bears. I thought they were shitty all year, and they only put up 20 points. And I don't know. It's gonna be another. I don't know. I think the Seahawks are gonna beat the Rams. It's tough to beat a team twice, but both they're 1-1 this year, but. I don't know, man. I like the Seahawks. I like their chances, especially in this game. I think the Rams are just not playing well. It's going to catch up to them. So I'll be on the Seahawks spread.
Yeah, my bet is also a Kenny Walker touchdown. Charbonnet's not there, and Kenny just put up 3 last game. The Rams do not defend the run well at all. 2 touchdowns is plus 360, which I don't feel like is a bad bet. Because, I mean, why not? Especially if they go up big, they're just going to be feeding it on the ground. But I'm not comfortable against the spread here. Like, I do think the Seahawks are going to win, and they probably
I meant to clarify, I'm on their money line. I'm on their money line.
I was about to say, that's what I am too.
To clarify, I am on their money line because it's only minus 138, and I don't mind paying up a little bit for it.
I think if there was only I think this is the only team in the NFC, or not the only team, but I feel like if there was a team in the playoffs where the Rams are going to get back to form, it would be against Seattle. Yeah. Like the interdivision, the rivalry, it was a good ass game last time to essentially win the division for the Seahawks. But yeah. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we get back, Mike will be on to talk with Logan about this upcoming UFC card. It's back on Paramount Plus. We're done with ESPN pay-per-view, thankfully. But we'll see you after the break. Welcome back from the break, everyone. Now talk about UFC, which is finally back after the break. We have Mike back on, so it's not kind of just the Logan solo show here. Thanks for coming back on, Mike.
Happy to be here, boys. Let's talk some UFC.
Yep. Silk.
All right, starting off with John Silva, Arnold Allen. You want to start it off?
Sure, I'll start off. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be a good fight. Allen, has shown that he has the potential to be a good fighter. He's fought some good guys, and he has 20 wins, 7 KOs, 3 subs. So half of his fights are by finish, and I feel like he's gonna try to take this fight into the third round and try to finish him if he can. But Silva, he's just got the one punch power. He's a very talented fighter as well. And that last fight against Diego Lopez was pretty crazy. They were just trading back and forth, and then Lopez caught him with that spinning elbow. That was a great, really good fight. I think they should run that back if Diego wins next week against Volk. But in this one, I think Silva wins. I think he just pressures him too much, keeps it in the pocket, and then he lands that punch to finish it.
Yeah, I gotta agree. John Silva wins here. I think 9 times out of 10 he beats Diego Lopez. I just think he came into that fight with way too much cockiness. He was so overconfident. The confidence is a good thing, but he was like just talking so much. And, just even into that fight, he just looked like he was just taunting him. So he kind of got what he deserved there. I don't think you're going to see that kind of John Silva ever again. He's too good of a fighter, too technically sound. He's got crazy power, great accuracy. Arnold Allen is also coming off a huge layoff. He hasn't fought in a year and a half, dealing with injuries. Yeah, Arnold Allen, he can bring a lot of chaos to a fight, but you don't want to do that with John Silva here. It's a bad idea. Probably John Silva by either knockout or decision.
Yeah, he might win by whatever he wants, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that was crazy with the two teams too, with Diego and Silva. Both their teams are going at it.
Yeah, because after the
they
fight,
still got some bad blood. Yeah.
Yeah, after the fight, John went to go up to him, and John just pushed him in the back of the head.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Silva wins that one.
All right. We got Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. This might be the piss break of the night, honestly, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into depth here. Natalia Silva, she looks like a great fighter. People are calling her Shevchenko's the next test for Shevchenko if she's able to win this fight. And I think she does win this fight. I do really like Rose Namajunas. I think a lot of OGs love her too. What she's done, but her last fight, it didn't really impress me too much. Not against Miranda Maverick. She's kind of like a okay fighter. And Natalia Silva, though, she does look very great. She looks well-rounded, and I probably see her getting a decision win here. I don't see her finishing Rose, but definitely a pretty dominant decision win for Natalia Silva.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Silva, I think she takes this fight. Last fight was against Grasso on a pay-per-view card, so she has shown she can fight, and then she has 5 KOs and 7 subs, too, so... And Rose, she's just taken so much damage throughout her career. She's fought some really good opponents, and they've been some bloodbaths, some of them. So I think Silva gets this done. It might be a KO, or we'll see how the fight goes. It could go anyway. All right, and then the next one. We got Derek Lewis versus Cortez Acosta. So Acosta's not bad. He's 16-2. He's fought some good guys as well. He has 16 wins. Half of them are by finish. So he has shown that he likes to go deeper into the fights, try to get some decisions. And we know that Derek Lewis is the complete opposite of that. He's hunting down the knockout as soon as the bell rings. So I'm going to go with Derek Lewis in this one as well. I've been watching some of the embedded on UFC, and he looks like he's in pretty good shape. He looks a lot more fit than he has been. Sometimes he's gotten really overweight, and that's when we really see him to struggle with the cardio. But he does look like he's in good shape. So even if this fight does go into the second round and maybe even the third, he looks like he could be prepared for it. But I think Derek Lewis's power just takes over the fight, and he gets it by KO.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be on the opposite here. I'm going to be on Waldo. I'm a big Waldo fan. Just love him, love the way he fights. And I think a big reason here why I'm on Waldo is the Sergey Pavlovich fight, where Sergey's got crazy power, probably, somewhat equal to Derek Lewis, just a KO machine. And, Waldo, he got touched up a little bit, but Waldo's fast and he's very agile and athletic for that division. And I think he's going to be able to, kind of get out of the way of those big power shots. And, Waldo also has extreme power. He's got very quick hands. So I'm seeing a Waldo knockout here, honestly, on Derek Lewis, just because the athleticism and Waldo's on the come up here. I think Waldo gets this done by knockout.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Cortez Acosta has definitely shown that he can really bring that to the table with
Yeah.
the speed and everything, throw off a lot of the heavyweights. And this is one of the more slept on ones, I feel like, of the main card, too. Just because of the Gaethje Patty headliner, then Sugar as the co. A lot of people are
Yeah.
overlooking this fight, but this will definitely be a good fight to tune into.
It
And
could be
really,
over in a minute, honestly.
yeah, it could.
Yeah.
This might be one of them fights where you introduce your buddy to UFC and it's the first one he watches, and it'll get him hooked on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Could start off this one.
Gotcha. Yeah, we got Sugar versus Song Yadong. This is a very interesting fight because we do know that Sugar is coming off that 2-fight losing streak against Marab. Yeah, we know that Marab was a machine and he's very difficult to beat, best in the division. And I feel like he's a little desperate in this one. Like, he just needs to win or he's going to really start going downhill, start fighting some lower tier guys than he should be. Because he was once one of the best fighters in the UFC. After that Aljamain Sterling knockout, he was on the come up and he really lived up to the hype, got the belt. So we can see if he can get back to that level. And Song is really quick. He's a really good all-around fighter. He beat Cejudo in his last fight. It was by decision, but Cejudo's still a really notable name. Was that his last fight? Cejudo?
No, he lost to the retirement against Peyton Talbot.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Sugar on this one, but I'm not like overly confident on it. We'll see how it goes, and I think it's gonna be a good fight though. It's gonna be standing on the feet. I feel like Song can bring him to the ground. He's got pretty good jiu-jitsu, but I feel like against Sugar, he's just gonna try to trade with him. So I got Sugar by decision, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with O'Malley here. I'm not loving what I'm hearing from him saying, if he loses this fight, he's going to retire. So he's already kind of prefacing, like, I don't love that kind of attitude going into a fight, not from a fighter. But that being said, I think O'Malley does get it done here. This is kind of a perfect fight for him with Song. I mean, he's got the height advantage, has a really nice reach advantage as well. Song is very fast. He's a pretty good wrestler. He can mix in takedowns, but Sean does have good takedown defense, except for, the exception is Marab. So I'm going to go with O'Malley here. I think he gets it done by decision. Wouldn't be too surprised with a knockout, though, honestly. With, Song has been knocked out 2 times before and won by Sandhagen. And I think O'Malley, he definitely has the striking to get a really big bounce back win here with either a knockout or decision.
Definitely, yeah. And then on to the main event. You want to take this one?
Yeah. So we got the main event, first one on Paramount. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. I'm gonna go with Paddy here. Got to go with Paddy here, but I'm not completely sold on him. That's the thing. I've been kind of split about this ever since this fight came out. Justin, I love Gaethje. I really love Justin Gaethje. I just don't think Paddy's got the best resume, and his striking defense is really, really bad. He's like, oh, I don't get knocked out. But, I mean, he hasn't faced someone like Gaethje, and especially those leg kicks. Those are going to be crucial. If Gaethje can get the leg kicks off, that might make it really tough for Paddy. But I think what really does it here is the grappling aspect. Paddy was able to take down Michael Chandler. If he gets Justin Gaethje down to the ground, he doesn't have the best track record with, ground.
Not at all.
So I'm going to take Paddy to win here. I don't think he knocks out Gaethje, but I think he could definitely submit him. I think Paddy is going to submit Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I'm really on the fence with this one as well. I would say it's like a 65-35 Paddy. He's going to try to get this fight to the ground early because, like you mentioned, those leg kicks, if he can start landing those, that'll really stop Paddy's mobility, everything. That's going to really affect the fight. So I think Paddy tries to get to the ground early.
Yeah.
But Gaethje definitely can make this fight just a striking match because he doesn't have the worst takedown defense, but like you said, he's not good on the ground. He cannot allow that fight to go to the ground whatsoever. He has to do everything in his power. So I think Paddy, he's going to win by an armbar, I feel like. I'm actually going to call the type of submission. But it's going one of 2 ways: Paddy by sub or Gaethje by KO. I don't see this going the distance.
Yeah, we could definitely go by way and bet. But I'll go Paddy by. I'm gonna go leg triangle. I guess leg triangle. Yeah, that sounds.
I like it.
That sounds like because.
What if we see a twister? That'd be crazy.
is with Gaethje with the leg kicks that might get caught by Patty, and that gets
True.
taken into the.
That is definitely a good point.
So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. This is gonna be a good card.
yes,
There's a few good Umar's on the undercard, the prelim.
yeah, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
So
tune in early for that one.
against Davidson Figueroa.
Yeah,
dude,
that's a good matchup.
minus 1,600 for Umar, which is very, very.
That's pretty crazy.
I think that's very disrespectful.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And then my favorite up and comer, Teba Gutierrez.
Oh yeah, who's he fighting?
Yeah, he's fighting Andre Puliev.
Ooh,
very excited for
yeah,
Teba because he's been running through the middleweight division.
Yeah,
with his power.
He's looked really good.
Yeah, very, very excited for him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
My number one favorite guy on this card is coming from Dana White Contender Series, Ty Miller. Very, very big on him. Very long guy.
Is that the guy that trains with Sugar, I think?
No, that's
different guy.
That's Tommy something.
Yeah. Is that Jim Miller?
That guy don't look bad too.
Is that Jim Miller's son?
Who?
Ty Miller? No, I
don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, Jim Miller's only been doing this for what, like 20 years?
Yeah.
Jim Miller has 7 fights.
Yeah, I just know that Sugar has a training partner that did the Dana White Contender Series, and he's got some hype. I forget his name though.
No, it's Tommy something. Yeah, dude, he had a crazy comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that next week is also a card. I'm assuming it's in Australia since there's so many Aussies and New Zealand on here. So you know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too.
Definitely,
back-to-back weekend is crazy.
I'm very excited for Paramount. I mean, this is the best thing to happen. And we would have had was Kayla Harrison supposed to be?
She was, yeah. She was the co-main against Nunez.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be. I mean, that would have been a crazy.
That would have been a good one, yeah. Definitely. Nunez back out of retirement.
Yeah, I mean Volk versus and then next week there's some very
Hooker, Saint Denis, and then Tai Tuivasa.
Saint Denis has so much hype.
Yeah,
waiting for him to break out.
It's very good. I mean, you got honestly one of my couple up and comers, Taliesin Texiera, very big.
Yeah.
And
he's a good fighter.
Sal Killett.
Yeah, dude. Dana said that they're gonna build the White House card after this one.
Yeah,
on Saturday.
I'm excited to see what's gonna go on with that.
I need Ilya Islam. It's got to happen.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that more next week when that comes around. But it's pretty much a wrap on this next episode. Thanks for coming on again, Mike.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you again.
Yeah, next week.
Maybe next week. Yeah, I was going to say. So have a good weekend. Enjoy the football
and the snow.
Championships, UFC, snow.
It's going to be coming down.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Drink, I guess. So we'll see you.
See you, boys.